Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host, with Lammy Chillmeister, my co-host. Just got finished eating some crab rangoons from the Chinese restaurant next to Kroger where I work. So, as far as the update, and it's kind of conspiratorial. Saturday, I put in my personal time off. They didn't give me the day off. I already bought the tickets to go see Sam Tripoli. It gets crazier and crazier. So, I have no clue what's going to happen Saturday. I already put in my time off. They didn't give it to me. And I told them, I've already bought the tickets for these. I will not be here. So I wrote a letter to my boss, gave it to her. I forgot to take a picture of the first letter. The second letter, I wrote a second letter reminding her because I had to write her a letter to fix my time because our time clock sucks. It went offline and then jumped back online and it fucked up my punch-ins and punch-outs. So I took a picture of that one because Kroger, Nicholasville Kroger, is a shady fucking company. I don't care if they see this. I don't care if they get mad at me. I don't care at this point. I've worked here for 4 years. It has been a miserable experience. Like, the first half of my career here has been awesome. And in past 2 years, they're trying to turn into Walmart. They took away our headphones. They're fucking me on my pay. I've been here 4 years and I'm literally making as much as new hires. It's ridiculous. It fucking sucks. Do not get a job at Kroger. I don't know if this is like every Kroger is like this or if it's just the Nicholasville Kroger. But yeah, it fucking blows. I don't give a fuck if they see this. I don't care if they fire me. They fucking blow. And I've seen them give the runaround on people before who they want out the door. So I made sure to take pictures of my note for evidence and shit, which I will give to my union representative if shit hits the fan. But so Saturday I will be going to see Sam Tripoli. Maybe. Here's what's fucking crazy. Sam Tripoli, Tinfoil Hat Podcast. It's a conspiracy podcast, but he does stand-up comedy. It's like conspiracy comedy, kind of like Bill Hicks. He's supposed to be in Louisville on the 12th, and that's where I'm going to see him. He went to Skankfest, which is a comedy festival, and there's all these 12th Planet jiu-jitsu guys. 12th Planet is a dojo. It's run by Eddie Bravo, which he is a conspiracy theorist, hence 12th Planet. It's named after Nibiru. Sam Tripoli's a part of his dojo. Eddie Bravo's got his own podcast called Look Into It. Go check it out, dude. Well, look into it. It's an awesome fucking podcast. Like, two of my favorite podcasts. Tinfoil Hat, Look Into It. But at Skankfest, they had a jiu-jitsu tournament for an audience. And Sam Tripoli was fighting another dude. The dude somehow kneed him in the nose. And he was on Broken Simulation. Sam Tripoli, that's one of his billion fucking podcasts that he has because he's a maniac. And that's all he does is podcast all fucking day. Which is what I would love to do. But sadly, I have to work at this shithole. And he's like seeing spots now. And his co-host, Johnny Woodard, was like, dude, you need to go to the doctor. Like, that is not good. He's been seeing spots for days. So, hopefully, he's going to do this show in Louisville. But if not, the story gets crazier. I told them I'm not going to be here Saturday no matter what. I don't care. You can fire me. You can write me up. I don't give a fuck. My wife got a promotion. We're not paying rent anymore because we're living at my mother-in-law's. We're just splitting the bills. If I got to go without a job for a little bit till I get another job, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care anymore. I'm so miserable where I'm at now that I don't care. I'm going to see this show. But Kroger truckers are going on strike. So I get the news yesterday, we might not even have a truck come in on Saturday. So they still got me scheduled, will not give me the day off. But we might not even have a truck. So they would literally have me come in and stand around and do nothing. No stocking. I'm like, y'all don't even need me there, and you're fucking with me. So that's all I got for like a personal life update. This whole episode is probably going to be on both of the hurricanes. I waited a while to say anything or talk about it because I like to gather information before I just talk about something. And I have to say, as a podcaster, dude, shout out to Minutes of Horror. I think it was Miss McGillicuddy who turned me on to them. I was a little worried when I first started listening to him because he's part of that same crew with Call for an Uprising and Truth Seeker. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I've talked about Truth Seeker on this channel, like shots fired, because yes, he puts out sometimes good info, but he is so fucking toxic, dude, to the community. And he calls himself a Christian, and it's like, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be that fucking toxic. Jesus would not have liked that. So I was worried that this guy would be like that, but no, dude. I mean, as far as I know, every video that I've watched of this Minutes of Horror dude has just been like, get to the point, let's get to the info, no shots fired on any other channels. And I'm like, thank you, that's all I want. I hate tuning in to Truth Seeker because sometimes he puts out good info, but every other video it's shots fired. Russell Brand sucks. Jacob Israel, I don't trust him. Like, he's just shots fired everyone, and it's like, okay, you're gonna be a lone wolf, you know, whatever. And then he sits there and makes videos sometimes about this content creating's really getting to me, I need to take a break. Do you think maybe it's the toxicity? When you're a toxic person, it's gonna wear you down. So shout out to Minutes of Horror. The name is a little confusing, and I'm not bashing on the name, but I ain't gonna lie, I still sub to him. And then his stuff's been popping up, and I've been watching it, and he puts out amazing content. This is where I've gotten most of my content about this hurricane and shit. Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. We're gonna talk about both. Yeah, dude, shout out to just content creators who make small clips, videos. Because the podcasting game, like, I like long form podcasts, that's what I create. We would not be around without you guys, because I'm watching your videos, taking notes. You guys and article writers. But at first his name confused me. I was like, why is he Minutes of Horror? Like, did he used to put out like paranormal content, like paranormal stories or like horror stories or something? I still don't know the origins of the name. I don't understand why it's called that, but awesome channel. Go check it out. That's where I got most of my info. Let's dive into the show. So I do have a system. I've got a shit ton of fucking notes to go through. There might be 2 parts to this, maybe 3. Let's talk about the predictive programming in general. A lot of people think predictive programming is like the elites. They abide by this karmic law that they have to tell us what they're going to do before they do it. And it relieves them karmically of negative karma. I've been an occultist since I was 14, 15, 16. I've never seen this in any type of occult books I've read. I don't know where this idea originated from. I'm not saying it's not true, but I don't have much books on like Baal and Moloch worship. I don't have much books on like Luciferian doctrine, so I'm not sure where this whole consent thing comes from. If someone could point me in the right direction of a good book I could find on like Luciferian doctrine or something, I would love to have it and read it. So they say that they tell us what they're going to do before they do it. And it's up for us to stop them. And they have no karmic repercussion. That ties in with like cremation and care and stuff like that. So there was a book written by Nicholas Sparks. Apparently this is the same dude who wrote The Notebook. This book is called Counting Miracles. I'm not gonna lie, dude. If I see this book anywhere, I'm going to buy it. And we might, I don't know, go through and read the book and do podcast commentary and shit. I don't know. We'll at least read that chapter or whatever and do an episode on that and do a deep dive. Because I'm very curious. You guys know me. I'm a book collector. I'm a avid bookworm. And I find it interesting, the predictive programming in books. And Nicholas Sparks, if he wrote The Notebook, he's got to be high enough on the pyramid to where they're telling him, because you know that there's no way that authors have full control of what they write. There's just no way. Everything is controlled. Music, television. So they've got to, like, every now and then, the publisher's got to be like, hey, you got to write this in here. And they're like, why? And they're like, just do it. You know, or we'll cancel paying you and we'll cancel your little book. And for the author's probably confused. Not saying Nicholas Sparks is like some Illuminati evil wizard or something, but he's got to be probably confused. Like, why do they want me to put this part in my book? But okay, whatever. Type, you know? So this isn't like, don't go harassing Nicholas Sparks. He's probably a cool dude. If he's writing romance novels, I doubt he's like some Illuminati black magician. Just saying. Don't go attacking him. But the book's called Counting Miracles. And there is a Hurricane Helene in the book. And it hits a town. The book was published, by the way, September 24th, the same day that Helene formed. Once again, do I believe in coincidences? The longer I've been in the conspiracy game, I'm less and less believing in coincidences. The book was published on the day that I keep wanting to call it Saint Helene. I have no clue why. But the day that Helene formed, the book was published, and there's a passage in the book about Helene. And in the book, it hits a town called Ashboro, but the actual town that got hit was Asheville. So, once again, coincidence, or is it just like a pre-programming revelation of the method? Crazy shit. So, let's get on with the next pre-programming revelation of the method. By the way, half of this shit, L-theanine, they're trying to cover up. Luckily, whatever's on the internet is forever. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Because I've put out shit in my past that I'm not too proud of. And it was content that I put out usually right before I went into a mental institution, which I've been in a mental institution like, let's see, I went to Eastern State once, been on the 4th floor once, been to jail multiple times from mental shit, pulling an axe on a cop. Yeah, I've had my past. But luckily, as a conspiracy theorist and conspiracy content creators, we have this beautiful thing called the Wayback Machine. Now I have heard from coworkers that apparently, like, he's told me he's like real tech savvy and shit, but he kind of reminds me, I'm not gonna lie, kind of like a pig. I don't know what else to say. Like, he wanted to be like a criminal investigator, He's like real pro cop and real pro government. I've heard him say like the CIA is good and shit. I'm like, okay, buddy, you're losing me. Like, I know you're my friend, but like, I just let it go. I don't say nothing. I don't argue with him because he's a contrarian and stuff. But he says some real off the wall, like pro government, pro CIA, pro criminal justice system shit that like makes me a little nervous sometimes. But he's super tech savvy. He says like, you got to be careful using the Wayback Machine. I don't know if it's illegal to use it. I have no clue. But it's turned out useful for us. And I haven't used it. I'm just reporting on people who have used it. So, anyways, people have been using the Wayback Machine. And there is this website called the Hypothetical Hurricanes Wiki. They deleted an article here recently that basically, the original article was April 25th, 2024. Let me see. April 25th, 2024. Hang on just a second. It was an article basically predicting, hypothetically, a Category 5 hurricane named Milton. And it was deleted. Now we have the Wayback Machine. We found the wiki hypothetical hurricane wiki, HHW, article on it, predicting the exact path of where it would hit, what category type of hurricane it was going to be. Now there's another fucking article too, somebody found on the Wayback Machine. It was April 25th or April 10th, 2024. I'm getting two different dates. Same shit. It's called Convoy of Hope. Same exact situation. An article came out way back in April about a Hurricane Milton that was going to be Category 5 on the exact same trajectory, exact same path. So you got Convoy of Hope who predicted it. You have the HHW which predicted it and they deleted the article due to misinformation. People were using the article, making TikToks about it, doing what I'm doing, podcasting about it, talking about it, doing what Minutes of Horror does, making videos about it. The internet has backfired on the elites. I know it's DARPA created, it's got to be DARPA controlled, but I don't think they realized, I don't know, there's a part of me, kind of like Sam Tripoli says it all the time, that he thinks that the internet backfired on them. Because like before, pre-internet, all you had was paper trails. So as long as you destroyed libraries, as long as you destroyed books, as long as you destroyed articles, as long as you destroyed documents like 9/11, that's a lot of paperwork that got destroyed that day. A lot of paperwork went missing that day. And that was kind of like, let's get rid of all the fucking paper evidence before we go digital. I don't know, man. I think that I kind of agree with Sam Tripoli that DARPA created the internet, so we should have already been scared of it then. But we got brave and learned how to use it. And we used it for our benefit because I think that it was supposed to be a control mechanism. Like before pre-internet, that's where I was going. You had books that were programming you. You had radio, talk radio, and or music. Music obviously has been used to program people with like fucking, where's that place out in California? I don't know. We already know like the Doors were CIA, Grateful Dead was CIA, all these fucking major musicians were like all CIA and shit. Their parents worked in intelligence. It's like not even really a conspiracy that the CIA was using music to program the masses, books to program the masses, newspapers. Now, way back in the day, I do think, because I used to be a journalist, I still would consider myself a journalist now. Back in the day, actually, I just call myself a podcaster. I don't know. I do have journalism experience, though. But back in the day, journalism was better than it is now. Now it's completely fucked. I'm actually glad that I didn't get into journalism, because there's like no way I could have gotten a job except for like at InfoWars or something. That would have been my only hope for like actual real journalism, would be fucking working for InfoWars or TruthStream Media. Tucker Carlson, I'd end up working for somebody like that. But I think the internet, like Sam Tripoli says, got away from them. I think they wanted to use it as a control mechanism, and it backfired. Which is why I believe with like Cyber Polygon, I believe in my heart of hearts that they have a fucking switch or lever they could just pull and shut it down. And I do believe that there is going to be a day that they're like, dude, fuck this shit. We created this shit. We thought we had them by the balls. We thought we could use it as a control mechanism. They turned it against us. Now we have to fucking just shut this shit down. No internet. Which would be like the Cyber Polygon, the last little reset button that they're going to push. Leave the world behind. Let's shut down everything. Let's just pull the switch, reset. When they say reset, I think it's almost like a button, like, let's reset this shit. No power, no electricity, no water, no internet. Now there's people that say like, well, if the internet goes down, we're all fucked. I'm like, no, we're not, dude. As long as everybody keeps their cool, that will be the hard part. Because I seen how people acted with COVID. And when COVID started, dude, I was like, dude, if everybody just chills, ignores what the media is saying, and I kept telling everybody I knew, just let's all just ignore what the media is saying. And I kept saying it on my channel too. Everybody chill. There's nothing wrong with studying it, but do not freak the fuck out. Everybody needs to keep cool, keep calm. I've always been that type of person. Anytime there's like an emergency situation, I have always been the type of dude who's like, shh, everybody chill for a second. Let's figure it out. Everybody else in the house is like, ah! You know, I'm like, dude, we can't do that. If the internet went down, Cyber Polygon hit, if everybody just fucking chilled, we would all be able to be okay. We survived the Carrington event. We would survive it again. Well, what about people on breathing machines? I know this sounds dark. I know this sounds harsh, but people on life support, people on breathing machines, they're all gonna fucking die. You know what? Here's a little spoiler alert. You guys ready for this one? We all fucking die. You can freak out. You can fear it. We all die. Now, does that mean there's a heaven, there's a hell, or nothing? Or reincarnation? I don't fucking know. You don't know till you're dead. All you can do is just get right with God, be the most spiritual, best person you can fucking be, and just prep, dude. Prep. You know? But, another thing too, dude, like, this cracks me up, dude. How are they so fucking accurate with their predictions? It has been a joke since I was born in 91, you know, and I listen to a lot of old school comedy. I listen to a lot of new school comedy. I love comedy in general, but it has always been a joke that everyone's heard it, by their grandpa, by their dad. Everyone has heard it. Why are you watching the Weather Channel? Why are you watching the news? Those fucking meteorologists, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And we all know it's true. I had a laugh with my wife the other day of literally, I had my window rolled down and I was on the phone with her, and The next day was our day off. So I was like, hey, what do you want to do tomorrow? And she's like, oh, I don't know. What's the weather like? So I get on my phone, I check the weather, and it was like, the weather could be anywhere from 60 to 85 degrees. It could be sunny with a chance of rain like 40%. And I'm like, what kind of weather forecast is that? You're telling me with the flip of a coin, heads or tails, it could rain. You're telling me it could be like 60 degrees or 85 where my balls are sweating and I'm getting swamp ass. Imagine how easy that fucking job is to be a meteorologist. Like, you could just get drunk as a skunk and party with whores the night before. Show up at work and literally just sleep in the suit the night before and just fix your hair real quick. Vodka on your breath and go, dude, I can wing it. I wonder how many of these fucking newscasters like live a Wolf of Wall Street lifestyle. And they're just like, I can wing it. Half of the shit, I don't fucking know this shit, what the weather's gonna fucking be. And like, it doesn't matter because I can get it wrong 6 billion times. And people are still like, okay, I'm still gonna watch the weather. And it's like, it's fucking nuts, man. Like, I honestly, dude, I don't even check the weather. Like, I do love... And I know people can judge me, but as someone who used to write for the newspaper and who, loves to read, like, I still read the newspaper. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Y'all can make fun of me. Y'all can hit me up in the comments. Oh, that's predictive programming. It's brainwashing. It's, it's all fake. It's all control. I know. But as someone who used to be a journalist, I love what journalism is supposed to be. I love journalism as the art form. Yes, I would consider it an art form. I love having a newspaper and reading it. I'm a junkie. I'm a newspaper junkie, dude. But it reminds me of the Berenstain Bears. Yes, Berenstein, not Stain. Mandela effect bullshit. It's Steen. Sorry. The Berenstain Bears had this book, and I don't remember what the story was even about, but I remember in kindergarten, they were like, the mom was like, how are we gonna know the weather if we don't read the newspaper or if we don't watch TV or something? And because I think the whole concept was the dad was like, hey kids, turn the TV off. Did they have TVs in Berenstain Bears? I don't know. It was in kindergarten I read this, or had it read to me by my teacher, Mrs. Kerensky. And, the whole concept of the book was he was trying to get his kids to go out and play instead of staying inside and playing with toys or watching TV or something. And the mom was like, well, how are we supposed to know the weather if we can't tune into media, in some form of media, in the Berenstain Bears universe? And the dad just pops open the window, sticks his hand out, and he looks out the window and he goes, well, it's sunny. It looks like it's sunny. I don't see any dark clouds moving in. My hand is dry. Kids, go out and play. And I'll never forget that. Like, fuck the weather, man. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I know I sound like an old man and I might be, this is like rhetorical, but it is what it is. These meteorologists don't know fucking shit, man. And I don't know, just as a kid, I was like, yeah, that's how you check the weather. You just literally go outside your front door. You look all across, whether it's flat or round, you look as far as you could see. Do you see rain clouds? Are you heading in that direction? Does it look like it's moving towards you? We had this trick that I learned, and I'm like an old man on this episode. I've been called an old soul, but I wonder how many kids this next generation know this trick of counting thunder. And you'll say, what are you talking about, Abe? If you're a younger gen, you'll be like, well, what is counting thunder? You can tell if a storm is moving closer to you or moving further away by, you'll hear a rumble. In your head, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See a flash, hear a rumble. Okay, 5 seconds. There's a rumble. Now count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know. Or it was counting the flash to the rumble. That might be what it was. You see the flash, you count to the rumble. Either way, if it's the flash to the rumble or the yeah, it's the flash to the rumble. That's what it was. You see the flash, you count to the rumble. If when you count, it's going higher up, that means the storm is moving away. If it's getting closer, you'll see a flash and hear the rumble quicker. It'll go down from like 5 seconds to 3. If it's moving further away, it'll go from 5 to 7. Yeah, you can detect weather. There's a couple ways to detect weather. Let me know what you guys think about this predictive programming with Helene and Milton. And this will probably be a multi-part series because there's a lot coming out that's shady as fuck about these storms, but I just kind of wanted to cover the predictive programming of it all. Y'all have a good day. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment, bro. Hit me up in the comments. I'll talk to y'all.